Good morning, everyone.
You're an hour in a minute.
Do you notice someone's not here?
It's 7:59.
Do you notice someone's not here, right? I leave on time. Let the clock start ticking so we can start figuring out exactly how delayed the mister is today. Maybe he's doing a facial mask,
Just throwing it in the cup.
filing his nails. No, this is my side. Please get the arrangement right. Oh, good morning. Good morning, princess.
I'm on time. It's 8 o'clock.
Actually, the countdown went off. You're almost a full minute late, but that's okay. Beauty takes time.
How many lives have we done?
We know that this does not just come naturally. Were you shining the beard?
Can you guys see the bags under my eye?
Were you oiling the beard and combing the hair and?
Sure.
Yeah. Clearly not giving himself a mani-pedi, that's for sure. Yeah, that dirt's au naturel.
I celebrated a little bit last night. What do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
A little celebration.
Yeah, okay. Any hoodle.
Who's in the chat?
Well, the most important people were here on time, so let's say good morning.
Whatever.
I couldn't find
What do you guys think?
couldn't find him anywhere in the house. Pete, you are always on time. Very on time. Pete Proud, good morning. How are you? Maybe he was putting on his 30 weight. Who knows? Who knows? Uncle Ed.
Uncle Ed, congratulations on achieving 500 subscribers. I like your video this morning. A lot of shiny parts. If you guys are into racing and you guys like shiny metal stuff, Polar Bear Ed just posted that he is building some crazy all-out racing V-twin block. A lot of billet, a lot of shiny stuff. Some really cool things. He's actually building it for Twisted V-Twin Garage, who's actually right underneath him in the chat. Mark and Sandy, because they race together. Just like where a couple per se on YouTube, they are too. Very nice couple. I don't know if Mark's on the road. I know he posted a little video of him with turbines. And I commented saying that, we live on an island here. And we used to have a nuclear power plant in Brookhaven. And they actually took that away. They shut it down. There was nothing, they didn't have any crazy thing like Chernobyl. God knows, we wouldn't be here. But there was increased people cancer and breast cancer and birth deficiency, so they shut it down. So now they were trying to switch to turbine power, and because we were on an island, they wanted to put it in the water. And people were upset. They're saying that when they look out into the water, they don't want to see the turbines. I could care less. And of course, the wildlife. So, it is what it is. I think turbines are a nice, beautiful thing.
We have sea lions at the end of Long Island.
Yes. So, like I said, if you want to check out Polar Bear Ed,
he's
the video. If you still haven't, right? I'm chomping at the bits. I tried so hard with this hurricane to try and upsell someone, anyone, for me to do wheels on a generator that Uncle Ed did. People just didn't see the vision. Like I said, with the hurricane, I stopped working on other pieces of equipment because of the hurricane. The generators and the island and people here, those took priority. What are they? I don't care about your leaf blower. I don't care about your lawn mower. Chainsaws I worked on too, but generators, they always, came first.
We've got a good blower story this week too.
Although, because I would like to, the ultimate compliment for us or for me is when you guys post or anybody posts, hey man, I watched your video and really helped me out. Like that's nothing. That to me,
he gets warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah, that is the ultimate compliment to the both of us, right? Because we're in this together. So, same thing with like Bled. Bled did the radio, and I run the road and I try and think outside the box. It never, ever, ever crossed my mind that you could add wheels to your generator, depending if you have the wheels or not, for like less than I'll be generous, $10, right? If you look for a wheel kit for your generator, if they make one, it's a hell of a lot more money. And I'm like, oh, please, 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 somebody. And I couldn't. So we're going
to take off sheet like that you have that you're scrapping.
You would just take wheels off a lawnmower.
We've got those.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. In all various sizes.
Plenty of those.
And you just have to watch that video. Jump on Polar Bear Edge channel. I don't know how to post links, but exactly what you see in here in the chat is go to YouTube channel. You see this narrative video. You're also going to see him putting that motor together.
And not to get all warm and sappy, but besides how wise and knowledgeable, and he's going to say, oh gosh, not me. Uncle Ed is probably the most humble human on the face of the planet. But there is nobody that deserves the attention and the accolades and the more than him. He is just such a good human. And he's someone who you just want to see all good things for. Mm-hmm. So Uncle Ed, congratulations and Godspeed, because you are explosive in so many positive ways. Twisted, good morning.
Good morning. You guys are 200 subs away from 1,000.
My favorite Henry in the planet. Good morning. Good morning, love. This is my favorite Henry. He's a love. You just look like the kind I just want to give a hug to. You're cute.
Good morning, Craig. How are you? Hope all is well.
It is Ken.
So is that one of Henry's leads? So when I was actually doing the thumbnail, Mrs. like, what are you doing?
Yeah, we don't copy channels.
No.
And
I was looking.
I think it's tacky to do things like that.
I was looking for a lawnmower. There was a video I posted many, many moons ago. And there was a guy posing like with the lawnmower. I was trying to find that and I just got tired. And
Why are you lying? That was last summer on our vacation to Rhode Island when I asked you to hike up your dress by the water.
Oh, remember the guy? He was like his dating profile and he was laying on the ground with the lawnmower.
Don't let him fool you.
I was looking for
the Mr. waxed his legs last summer. I asked him to hike up his dress while we were on vacation and throw his leg on a mower. He's got nice legs, right?
So I was looking for that and I ran out of patience.
Chris is small engine.
Good morning, Chris. How are you? Hope you had a wonderful week. Who else is in here? Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Mr. Faust.
My love bug. So, my love, I hope you're doing well. I will message you later. Yesterday was a big day for Mrs. Pate's performance. I want to say thank you to, I can't even begin to tell you, you know who your people are and who your true squad is in life, because they remember without being told, without a, Google remind, they celebrate the things in your life that truly matter and make you feel loved and important. August 14th is a big day for Mrs. Pate's performance. Yesterday marks 12 years that I've been in ovarian cancer remission. And I have never been healthier. Knock on wood, all is good. And the people that reached out yesterday, I hadn't mentioned anything. I hadn't reminded anyone. It's something that I, at this point, just keep to myself. And I can't believe the love and the support that I got from those who have been around with me for as long as they have. And I see nothing but amazing things for myself moving forward. And I've got big plans for this year. So send all the positive juju my way, because I am doing some big things this year. COVID, no COVID, you just wait and see. There is no stopping this woman. And I just want to say for all those who are on the path, be strong, be positive, because miracles are always around the corner and you just have got to believe in them. So I am always praying for those who need the prayers. I am always your biggest fans. If you have not shared your stories of families or loved ones going through those journeys, but never feel like you can't drop a DM on his Instagram and I'll add you to my list, because I truly believe in the power of prayer and positive thinking, and I am proof in the pudding, trust me. So thank you to all my loved ones who are constantly supporting me and loving me, and it does not go unrecognized. I love you immensely. So moving forward, we have Jason Hughes. How are you? I always laugh when we're on Mixed Live and people start saying hi to Jason, and I think they're talking to him, and I forget that he's Pate's Performance. But good morning, Jason Hughes. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Tech Sparky. How are you? Hope all's well.
I think the last time I saw you on a live, Sparky, you had a little bit of the outdoors behind you. I hope that means you're enjoying some of the nice weather.
That's right. Didn't he say he was going away?
Maybe getting out there a little bit. I'm hearing like not great things about over here by us. We have an anniversary.
We ain't going nowhere.
I have a couple things in mind that'll keep us away from everyone else that he'll have no choice of. He has off. I made him take off that day. It's our lucky 7 year. So I am really excited. Like I said, there's big things this year. There is, when Mrs. Pate's Performance puts her mind to something, there is no stopping. It's not going to be like it's always been. We spent, last anniversary, we were touring the mansions in Rhode Island, and so much fun. It's going to be really different this year, but I am determined to make the best of it in a COVID-friendly type of way. Doesn't that sound romantic? Casey, how are you? And holy cow, you made it. Yes, we're so happy you're here. Thank you so much.
Sorry, I'm just trying to sell one more right now. Good morning, KCB. How are you? Hope all is well. So it's funny, KCB had a hurricane storm like us. So hope he's doing well. He started to clean it up. Hopefully none of his projects were lost. I've spoken about KCB in the past. He's really not on YouTube. He is tremendous on Instagram. And for you guys that fix and flip, this guy just comes across an ungodly amount of machines and equipment. Super jealous. I don't like to use that word. I am extremely jealous of KCB about how much free stuff he gets, the quality and quantities he gets it at. Okay. If you guys ever need parts secondhand, I know he'd be more than willing to help you guys out. So that's probably a good, ace to have in your pocket, because I'm sure if he doesn't have it right then and there, I know, God willing, he'll have it within the week or so. Just absolutely amazing. That guy's a hustler for sure.
Do you have a small engine crush on Casey?
No, it's just so I have my Instagram crushes right now. KCB.
He's really gonna go there.
KCB and Craig at MCM Engineering. I say it all the time.
Oh, Craig. Oh, okay.
Well, we talk about, remember the P word when he posts.
Okay. Aren't you a lucky guy, Craig? Look at you. Craig, he likes wearing David Archie boxer briefs, and he needs his uniforms washed on a regular basis, and he's got an appetite. So I'll hand over all my wifely duties to you, my friend. Oh my. Any hoodle. On that note,
sorry, I'm just
look who it is, Brando.
Brando, how are you? You posted a live or a video. I think I saw it on Instagram. You got a new shop, I guess? You keep moving? I mean, that one looks nice and bright. I don't know what happened to your existing shop. I know there's something going on with the land, but I'm glad to see you back. I know you said you were going to take a break because the heat and everything was going on. And I know I said you shouldn't. And
I just suggested you take your shirt off.
What the hell?
He said it was hot in the shop. Take your shirt off. What? Female viewer opinion. That's all. Come on, a cute guy working on a tractor or something without a shirt on. I'm getting a lot of thumbs up there. That's my suggestion. Go for it, Brando.
This is a room full of men. I can't.
Ladies, watch this afterwards. Trust me. I work with all women.
I hope they do. I hope everybody watches this channel.
Trust me, Brando. Just do it. Try it once.
I don't even know how to recover from that. Next.
There is no recovery. It's just advice. Breezy, good morning.
Mr. Breezy, how are you? We've been chit-chatting here and there throughout the week. Feel glad to see you here. I'm glad to be back in the house. Glad to have Wi-Fi. I mean, we were very fortunate never to lose power. As far as Wi-Fi, I mean, listen, if we were to have one or the other, I would choose power over Wi-Fi. You know, we'll work it out. You know, we had no cable, we had no TV. Really don't watch TV that much, so it's really no loss to us. We had no Wi-Fi, so she couldn't work, which kind of sucked. But that's where the mower money and the blower money and everything else comes. That's the emergency fund for. I mean, you don't have to panic. You don't have to qualm. I mean, it sucks taking money out of there for something that you didn't plan on.
And Mrs. Paquet's performance is not okay with that.
Yeah, but it is what it is. That's what it's for.
Funny story for you.
Oh,
so you know that I'm not going to just sit there and believe, because you know when you call these like Optimum and Fios, that those are our carriers for cable, you know you can't get through to someone. And those robo-computer people, they don't respond. So after a couple days of that, I'm losing money at this point. You know how I feel about that. That's not sitting nice with me. And I don't like taking money from something else to recover from something else.
That's life.
And let's be honest, we're not trying to sound, we're not rich, we're not poor, but like we didn't need to take something from, like we're fine. But I've got goals. Like I said, Mrs. Paquet's performance has 2020, 2020, 21 goals. Like
hope they a garage or a new house.
I'm in the middle of my goals. So at the end of the day, don't shut down the way I'm making my money right now. So after a couple of days, I started asking neighbors, hey, do you have your this? Do you have your internet? I could care less about TV and the house phone. I need my internet to work. So I finally go down to Optimum. The line's wrapped around the door. I love it because you know people aren't going to stand out in the heat for very long. They're going to drop like flies off that line. So I'm watching people come out cursing, yelling. Their supervisors removing people from the store because they're yelling and cursing. You guys, SUCK, no one's going to fix my service. And I'm like, this is great. Get rowdy, curse, yell. The more that they're getting rowdy, the better it's going to be for me when I get in there and I act professional about this. So I finally get in there. Almost an hour of waiting online. It's all good. I finally get to the lady. The lady's already got her back up against the wall. She's like, what do you want? I give her the pleasantries, all the professional behavior. She's not used to this. She's used to the animals that came before me. So at the end of the day, I explained to her, I don't want the damn phone. I don't want the TV. I need the internet. I tell her what my profession is. I tell her how I'm making my money. I said, do you have children? She goes, I do. She explains to me how difficult remote learning was. I said to her, I'm your saving grace. I tell her what I do for a living. So long story short, she looks up and she sees that my block, which we live on a very busy main road, my block is not the average block. They have our block down as having service back. No one was ever going to come back and give us our service.
Screwed.
So I turn around. I said, what do we do? She goes, the earliest I can get you on a service list is next week. I said, that won't cut it. Imagine your child not getting service till next week. She turns around. I said, I need a supervisor. Supervisor comes over, thinks I'm getting rowdy, but I'm not. So she's surprised. Basically, the other customers in the store are now real angry because I'm getting all this service. Basically, they turn around and they said, if you can get 4 more neighbors to come down in person, I know it's a line, but we'll get a truck out to you ASAP. Well, let me tell you, I got back to this neighborhood. I went door to door like I was selling Girl Scout cookies during a crisis. I went to neighbors like I was going to be running for the next town seat. Do you know that we had service back on in less than 12 hours? He was in the driveway when one of the neighbors the next day was giving me one of these. I said, don't forget to vote for me when I run for town seat. What did the neighbor say?
Yeah, we'll vote for you.
She said,
God. I'm in the
we'll
driveway.
vote for you.
I'm in the driveway working. Tell you what, thank you. But I'm like, oh my.
The supervisor of Optimum calls Mrs. Paquet's performance the next day. She said, there were over 14 neighbors that you've reached that came down in person and waited over an hour in line like you asked them to do. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Mrs. Pate's performance, town chair, sitting on the board. I don't know, maybe 2022, maybe? Let's see.
Okay. All right.
Anywho, moving on. Moving on. Where did we leave off?
So anyway, before she was rambling on.
Scott.
Liquid liver, breakfast pizza.
I would expect nothing less from you, my love.
So Scott, you remember I posted that video? You were like, go to bed. I can't. I was actually at work. So if you guys check out my Instagram, I posted a nice little short video, and that is my service truck for work. So pretty cool video. It's an old International. It's got the American flag theme on there. Had some horns, did some horn work on it, and currently adding some lights. I'm just waiting for the parts to come in. So that's what I take, or that's what I prefer to take on the road. And if another mechanic at my job doesn't take it, a lot of people don't like it because it's old.
Is that the one they refer to as big gay or no?
Yeah, big gay. But gay like as in happy. Happy. And then we also call it low rodder because it's lower on the ground, which I absolutely love. You know me, I'm vertical. You know, I'm vertically challenged. So I actually appreciate a lowered vehicle. I don't know why some of the guys want the higher vehicles. You know, you get up and into that thing a couple of times a day. It's like a little bit of workout. I know I need a workout, but still.
How are you enjoying our new king size bed that's not vertically challenged? You just kind of roll right into that too now. Do you like it?
Yeah.
We got a new mattress. He's really happy on it. We'll report back after a little bit more use. Wow. Hi, Randy.
Good morning, Randy.
Welcome.
How are you? Traboli.
Where are you from?
Where are you from? You're new to the page chat.
We're happy to have you here. Welcome to
Happy
the
to have you here.
craziness.
This is our first live with Wi-Fi back, so we got some catching up to do. So I don't know how long you've been part of the channel. So with some of the new stuff we're going to be sharing with you guys, as far as some of these crazy customers, you know, welcome to the ride. Go
Randy,
back in previous videos.
It's such a fun ride here, and you will meet some of the greatest ladies and gentlemen in the profession just following us along. Just in the chat this morning alone are some wonderful, wonderful individuals. So we're so happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us. This individual, first of all, I got a couple things to say. Happy anniversary to you and the Mrs. P. I hope you make it special for that beautiful woman. I know you would. And
he doesn't have a choice.
Mick, I have to tell you, the picture of you and Riley Boy.
And your tarot apparel.
Let me tell you, that picture, first of all, I can't believe how, like, Riley is starting to get that, like, that next stage, that little growth spurt they go through where, like, his face is changing and everything. He is delicious. And that picture of him, oh, my God. He is just the most handsome little guy. And I don't know, I think Terrell has his new spokesperson. Like, I would buy anything that Riley puts on. He's a delicious little guy. So I love it. Tell the Mrs. Happy anniversary. And you're a good guy. So, you know, you call us the best couple. I think we got competition because you're beautiful people too. So enjoy your special day. I think it's actually today, right? Who do we have here? Keep going. Hi. Going through. Oh, you guys are so cute. I love when you guys give love to each other. Aw, Brando, thank you so much. People always think if they haven't been on the journey and been a survivor themselves that, you know, it's not important to show love to people that have. It means so much to us. And you know what? It's a huge milestone and I appreciate it. So many hugs to you. You're such a good egg, Brandon. You really, really are. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. Thank you. Thomas Andrews, I love you so much.
Yeah, so Thomas sent me a message on Instagram. And he's building a bike for him and his fiance. So Thomas, you should be posting that on your Instagram. He's building like some crazy Harley. I didn't get a chance to screenshot it. I was a little bit busy this morning. But I'll probably share the later date and time. If you guys send me stuff on Instagram, it's mine forever. And I could do whatever I want with it. So if you ever send me something, don't be surprised if it ends up on here. That's what you run that risk. Obama, how are you? Lucky 7 Mud Mowers, how are you? I guess you're back at work. You've been posting all day lives at your job, so that's awesome. Coffee time. Maddie Olson, how are you? So I did a Maddie Olson video themed, right? Talk about Maddie Olson.
I didn't get to catch it. I'm sorry in advance, Maddie.
Maddie Olson he used to do how-to, in-depth, detailed videos that I try and do myself. Maddie transitioned from that to he just does strictly lives. If he throws a video up here and there, it's very rare. But he'll post live, and he's right there. He's right there fixing chainsaws live. That's it. Mm-hmm. So we were without internet, so I couldn't really upload if I tried to video my traditional way. And we're also without my camera, which you guys know from our last.
But we have an update. Should we give them the update? We get a phone call. So we know the lens was destroyed. So we sent that out to be replaced. That's like not even a repair, it's a replace. We sent the camera out, even though there was no damage to it. We sent it out just to be, a thorough check through. They called us the other day to be like, go play the lottery. We don't know how you damaged the lens as badly as you did. There's not even a scratch to the camera at all, like nothing. So,
it does have like a rubber base to it.
Like knock on wood. Thank goodness. So now we're just waiting on the camera to come back and the lens. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
So I did a live fixing a generator in the middle of the tail end of the hurricane, and that was our test for if we can go live in the driveway. But thank God we were able to, because then we tried doing other things in the driveway, and the reception wasn't there. I mean, like I said, for some reason, we lost cable. We lost our cell phone reception in general was just cut in half in the area. It was absolutely, terrible. I mean, could we live without our cell phone? Yes. But when you're trying to continue to be a YouTuber and whatnot, I mean, I still had, thank God I'm ahead on content that you guys could see. Some of my videos, I'm cleanly shaven when she gave me my haircut, and then I'm back to being a Bushman or that Randy guy. Not Randy Savage. No, what's the other guy? James something? I don't know. Whatever you guys want to call me. I don't care.
Panama Jack.
Yeah, Panama Jack. There you go. Panama Jack. I had the Panama Jack look, clean look, whatever. So thank God I'm ahead on content. So I feel, have you guys seen I also posted that the Saturn broke down? And Saturn, wow. The Honda broke down.
His old ride.
We had to get towed, and then we repaired it. Mrs. Pat's Performance actually videotaped me because that made it a lot easier. It's good to have a camera person. It literally cuts my editing in phenomenally in half. I still have my GoPro. I'm just never going back.
Yeah. That
camera has spoiled me. I'm never going back to a GoPro.
He's a princess now. Let's talk about that day. So Mrs. Pate's Performance gets back. I'm literally going door to door to get neighbors to go down to Optimum. And let me tell you, that's no easy task, because here they're like, oh, what's the line like? You try to tell your neighbors when it's almost 100 degrees outside, you got to go stand outside. It's about an hour wait. Like I said, I got that many people to go down. There's no stopping me. Ken, I don't think I can make 2020 happen, but maybe 2024. And Jason Hughes, I agree. We need a woman in there.
There's only so much space this camera can catch.
But anyway, speaking of things that there's nothing I can't do. So all of a sudden, I get back from going to all the neighbors. I'm literally at the gate of another neighbor's house. Who should ring me? Princess. Hey, babe.
I just texted her.
I need a tow. I'm like, where are you? You had to see the directions this man was trying to give me.
I'll give you directions.
He sends me like a screenshot from that new thing that's inside of his car, but he's forgetting I don't have internet back here at the house, like in the neighborhood, so it's not going through. So you've never had an exciting moment till you've had this gentleman try to verbally tell you where he is. So now he's texting me like a roundabout direction to where the car is sitting. Love him so much. He can do many things. Directions, not his forte.
Are you done?
No. So anybody who knows fuel pump, this guy could probably change one. with one eye like closed, one hand behind his back. Let's face it, after watching it and filming him do one myself, I could do it too. So at the end of the day, wait till you see that coming. Is that going to be coming out when, you think?
I'm going to try and do it today.
Yeah. So guys, ladies who are watching, don't bring or let your vehicle be towed anywhere to get a fuel pump fix if you can help
All
it.
vehicles are different. They're different.
All vehicles are different. Look it up, see where it's located, and if it's accessible, please do yourself a favor. If I can do it, you can do it.
See, but that's the whole. We talked about this on our other live. I'll repeat this again. There are other.
I've seen it on a Nissan. I've seen it on yours.
There are other YouTubers. There are other people who do what we do, small engine work, the whole line, right? The whole purpose of that is to hopefully you build up your confidence and you take on other projects outside your comfort zone. So that's what needs to be done, right? That fuel pump that I did on my car, zero specialty tools needed, right? So how much you think a mechanic shop is going to charge you to do a fuel pump, right? But even if a fuel pump's a little bit out of your comfort zone at that point in time, right? What about basic maintenance? What about brakes? What about oil changes? There are small engine mechanics on YouTube that won't even touch their own car, which I get it. That's fine. That's great. But I personally believe that small engine, an engine is an engine, no matter what it's in. You could take your basic maintenance and basic know-how on an engine, same tools, little bit bigger, okay? And you could transition to a vehicle, save money, and or create another source of income, right? You can say, hey, listen, I'll do brakes on your car, right? Brakes on one car is pretty simple compared to another. So just other forms of income or other ways to save money. D Fields, KCB, good couple guys. Brando works on cars too. Yeah, where are we at? All right, yeah, so that's that.
So I have to jump in here because I'm surprised to see it. Scott, I know.
Wrong.
Let me just make
channel.
a comment.
No, wrong channel.
We're not.
No politics.
Let me finish.
No politics.
I want to give them a Netflix special to watch. We're not going to get into politics. We don't really watch TV at all. But there was one little show that we picked up on Netflix called House of Cards. And it's all about this whole political campaign of how they have a man in the White House, and it's about his wife eventually offing him to become president herself. So long story short, you don't tell me that the reason Harris is running with Biden is because we all know that Sleepy Joe won't have much time in there. Harris will take over for either him or if he even makes it through 4 years, she's looking for 2024, right?
Oh,
I'm not agreeing with it.
No politics.
I'm not siding with either side. I'm just saying it's interesting how this is going to play out.
Wrong channel, wrong law.
I'm not discussing it. I'm not discussing it. Wrong law. I think this would be hysterical. Yes. What if we did a live stream? No, I'm going to vote for Mrs. P, Micks Mrs. P. I don't think she would appreciate a camera and guests at their anniversary. I know I would not appreciate a camera being stuck in our anniversary outing.
I could care less. It's funny, like Bruce Pender, he took us on vacation, and I'm like, you know what? When we go away, if we ever go away.
Birds and pieces. When we went away to Rhode Island, you documented like little things here and there.
Yeah, but that was before we were really on YouTube. Like whatever.
We were
on
there.
Whatever. We're not.
Jason Hughes, you're a smart man, a very smart man. Let's see here.
You put up in the comments. All right. So anyway, with the storm and everything going on, right? My ultrasonic cleaner.
Oh, hold on, Maddie Olson. So Maddie, this was the fuel pump? Oh. Didn't we have this happen with the Nissan? We had to ask them to send out another one?
So what I don't understand, I think if you guys didn't watch the video, which is fine, her car, she bought brand new from the dealership here in Long Island, New York, Smithtown Nissan, brand new 2006, okay? She had a breakdown, ended up being the fuel pump. And the parts place sold us the fuel pump, got it out, and it's the wrong one. Her car, let's repeat this, her car bought here, Long Island, New York, has California emissions on it. So the fuel pump was different. So now it had to be special ordered. Why is a California emissions vehicle being sold here in Long Island, New York? Now, if you want to backtrack in previous days, the Saturn had it. It's called a smog pump or an air pump, and that was California emissions. Now, I guess the newer vehicles, I'm a little bit out of touch. I don't do that. They don't have, smog pumps and air pumps. They have other stuff. So I was not a happy person. But anyway, our car is fixed. It's up and running.
And you said that was nice and easy. I mean,
her car was actually easier than the Honda.
But in all fairness, and let's call a spade a spade.
And I've done Mandingo too. You guys see me, I've done quite a ton of work on Mint. The fuel tank has to be dropped on Mandingo. But the difference between all of them is you just drop the straps and that's it. I use a motorcycle jack. It's not.
And we don't want to give away too much because the video is coming out. But when you say it was easier, is it fair to say it was more that it took a little bit more muscle to get that seal off with yours? Because the rest you made look like a piece of cake.
Her car, when the video comes out, you guys can watch. And I'll just tell you, I don't care. Her car, you pull the back seat out, fuel pump's right there, bing, bang, boom. See you later, love you, bye. And that has the lock ring. It's a metal lock ring, traditional. If you guys never done a fuel pump before, traditional lock ring where you knock around. Very easy. Love that. The Honda is different. Okay, you have to pull out the carpet, and get to it. The fuel pump is held by a plastic ring, and you have to knock around, and it has to go on a certain way. Now, there's an arrow on the lock ring, that's why I picked up on it. So, but there's not a marking on the car or the tank where you have to line that up. So once I figured it out, pushed it down, on our way. I like her car better.
Taurus had a smog pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand, cars being sold here in New York and California emissions. Remember when small engines, you get small engines, not CA emissions, the whole line. I don't want California. If you're from California, sorry, forget it. No, thank you. There's a BMW you have to replace the whole tank because it's built in. Yeah, I mean that's it is what it is. I don't know. Is the fuel tank on a BMW metal? I mean, on Mandingo the fuel tank's metal. I wish it was plastic. That rotted out. The fuel tank on the Honda, thank God, is plastic. I forgot what your fuel tank is made out of, but her car, thank God, doesn't really give us any issues. But it's definitely time to be replaced. She definitely earned it. She deserved it. Once the garage goes up, then we can talk about another vehicle.
No, that's not the way the timeline's going to go. But I will, in all fairness, let's keep it real. My car doesn't owe me anything.
No,
it really doesn't. It doesn't owe me a darn
and see,
thing.
That's another thing. Right?
But that's because you've maintained it.
Yes,
let's
that's
be
the thing.
realistic.
The cost of ownership is low because I do all the work on it. Now, let's just say even if I didn't do any of the check engine light stuff, so what was the check engine light stuff? Mass airflow sensor, and that's it. That's it. Maybe a throttle body down the line if she needs it. But other than that, brakes, tires, axles, tie rod ends, and quick struts and shocks. But because you do all the work on your own, here's a tip for you. I'm going to be doing this on the rest of our vehicles, right? Every October, Monroe, which is sold at Advanced Auto, has this thing called Shocktober, where it's buy 3, get 1 free.
Oh, isn't that cute?
And that's a lifetime guarantee. When people get in her car throughout all the years that have known us for the first time, they can't believe how amazing the car rides and the condition that it's in. Because one, she's a fanatic, right? The interior of her car is beige. That would never last a day.
You would never even know. And I carry people in my car for meetings and whatnot all the time.
But every 50,000 miles, because it's under warranty for free, right? They recommend replacing shocks and struts and all that stuff every 50,000 miles. Every 50,000 miles, everything comes out, everything new goes back in. Now, because everything is covered under a lifetime guarantee, it costs me nothing. The labor is nothing. And because I use anti-seize and everything's been apart already, everything comes out nice and easy and everything goes back in together nice and easy. So that's like our secret sauce. That's kind of like preventive maintenance. And I think that's what kind of keeps her, okay. Her car doesn't squeak, her car doesn't scrabble. You do not want to buy the mechanic's car. You want to buy the mechanic's wife's car.
But I love you, but can I tell you what he did to me? So he tried to do something nice for me recently, but he ended up doing something that is probably one of my biggest pet peeves. And this is nothing towards anyone who does. My mother, believe it or not, God bless her soul, my mother smoked from age 14 to age 52. My mother quit 1 year before she passed away. And that's not even what ended up doing her in. But I have such a sensitivity to cigarette smoke. My car is 16 years old. People get in my car, and do you know I don't really use air fresheners? People would still tell me, right before COVID, I would drive coworkers to the other school for meetings, and they'd be like, Pate, your car's beige, it's squeaky clean inside, and it still smells like a new car, because I'm a fanatic.
Can we tell them the secret?
May I finish? You can get to it. He went to install a new radio map thing in my car, and it cracked part of the dash. So he did do something really kind, and that crack was bothering me. So he went online, like an eBay kind of thing, to order me the new piece. But it came from a car of a smoker.
We didn't know that.
And now every time I get in my car, no matter what I spray in there, how much I've cleaned it, no matter what I've done, my car constantly smells like cigarette smoke. I told him this car is going to be leaving this house sooner than we even imagine. But what bothers me is I would have sold it and definitely told the next person it was owned by some. I've never even let someone smoke in my car. And for the most part, I want to say I've never even had a smoker in my car, to be honest with you. And now my car smells and he's changed the cabin filter. He's sprayed all the things. I think he's running to go show you the spray that he actually uses in there. But if you're not a smoker, it's really hard. It actually I start to gag. I can't handle the smell. And after all these years of not having it, to now have it every time you put on the vents, it's hard. So I love him that he tried to fix it, but now it's okay. All
right, so the secret to a car still smelling new is one, keeping it in impeccable shape. Two, every year, because like I said, you do things on your own. Every year she gets a brand new cabin air filter, right? That's it's funny, talk about the mask that you wear. Most vehicles have a cabin air filter, and that filters the air that comes into your car. Every year, I put a brand new one in. As soon as, and I do it every year, the AC, as soon as it's getting hot, she's going to turn our AC, brand new cabin air filter. At my job, because there's a lot of trucks work in different environments, we change them every 10,000 miles. Some of them are really, really bad. So when I put in a new cabin air filter, there's that fresh air, new car smell. I coat that thing and slide that cabin air filter in.
I know, love it.
And it'll last pretty good. But on top of it, she does keep her car in good shape. We do not put any small equipment in there. I mean, it's just,
just something from that here and there in the, the trunk or whatnot, but nothing
but
crazy.
I think, so this is what we like to do. I know we're going to get to all just stuff, but now we're going on. I like to keep binders on all the vehicles.
Every vehicle has.
And she kept receipts before we met, but now I just put everything in a binder, right? It's very important that you keep your receipts, because then
everything's in a sheet protector.
Yeah, look,
everything.
See, brand new.
Everything.
Oops,
Ouch.
oh, wait, no, this way. See, brand new, 2006. But I keep everything on file and on records. So it's very important when you go to warranty and you get stuff out, you could sit there and be like, well, when did you get it? When did you get it? Because they'll play stupid. They don't want to work. So if you have the receipt, it makes everything a lot easier.
And
so this is her car from 2006.
I'm so excited to get a brand new binder for my. But you want to know something?
This is Mandingo. This is Mandingo's binder, and we've only had Mandingo for what? 5 years. Remember, guys,
just a little bit thicker.
These are receipts just for parts. not my labor. Think about it. But anyway, this is also good to have too, like a selling point, right? When you sell lawnmowers,
seems like Mandingo should go.
Service history, right? And the same thing with hardcore, right? It's a little bit of peace of mind. I mean, you keep things on track. I mean, I can't remember everything, so I like to keep things on 50,000 mile intervals, even if I don't, even if it doesn't reach that point. Like if I do something at 30,000 miles, I'm just going to round up to 50. That's just the way it goes. So that's a good secret to success, to keeping, things on the road. That's all right. So anyway.
Thomas Andrews has a question.
Mullet, I am working on a fuel tank on a Harley Softail. It's block fuel inlet. Any idea how to unblock it? So I guess the fuel inlet is coming from a pump or a carburetor of some sort. Start with there and work your way back. Poke holes in it, take things apart, and clean them. Ed Wizard 62, welcome to the channel. Where you from? Where's the red Jess? I enjoy your videos. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Bring it out on our anniversary night.
Like I said,
I like your sense of humor.
I was looking. The internet is a beautiful thing. I came across a guy's dating profile picture, and it was him posing with the lawnmower. So I wanted to put that as a screenshot, and I couldn't find it. I got tired, and I slapped that up.
Oh, Casey,
yes.
It's like the shoemakers,
Yes.
Last one to get shoes,
Yes.
It's the truth. It really, really is.
Bring home the Buick Electric today. That's fantastic.
Wow, that's cool.
You better post that. Carb cleaner, wire. Yep. Compressed air. Perfect. All right. So let's talk about lying customers, right? So we spoke about this before. I think, I put it on the community page, or I did it even on Instagram. I've forgotten. Some of you guys did you just give this guy a compliment? And yes, I did both. And we always talk about, when you get a piece of equipment from somebody, whether you're repairing it or you're going to fix it and flip it, trust no one. Take whatever they say to you for face value, okay? They just start at ground zero. You guys seen a couple of videos, right?
Thank you, Sparky.
Do you trust what the customer says? And there's been a couple of times where customers have flat out lied, but it is what it is. You don't have a choice. That's the risk you take when you fix and flip equipment. And with me, we're not like KCB where he gets all this equipment wherever he does and however he does it. It's all free for him. I have to pay for everything. It's very seldom that I get something for free. So the stakes are a little bit higher, and at times the margins are tighter. But you just don't have a choice. And after a while, and I always tell you guys, get running equipment. Understand how. What happened? You have to understand how equipment works, right? Get a couple mowers that run, go through them, tune them up so you get into like a good flow. You start feeling what compression feels like when you pull it, right? Because you're not going to walk up to a guy with a non-running lawnmower and and say, hey, listen, I want to put starting fluid in there. If this thing runs and dies, then I feel like you lost a part of the bargaining thing, and you run that risk of not getting that machine at a better price to increase your profit. And you guys seen, sometimes I've shot myself in the foot to buy things in the dark and I miss things. But nonetheless, you need to just get that good overall confident feeling. And, I think I'm in a pretty good stride now. It was never like that before. But, hopefully through my channel, a couple others here, even if you get a lawnmower that's a curveball, you can overcome it. All right. So here's a very good customer of mine. I actually like him. She's, whatever. His lawnmower was featured on our channel. And his was the one where when he was cutting grass, it was filling up with oil and shutting down. The air filter was filling up, shutting down, and he tried to repair it himself, and he cut the auto choke assembly out. Okay, so fast forward, we know the repair to that video was, thank God I went there. He has a hill, and he's cutting the hill with the wrong thing. So what the hell's going on? So anyway, so lo and behold, let's do the screen share, and we're going to go through his customers. Let's do, can we do the share screen? Yes. All right, so let's go here, shrink this. Now just double check this is popping up. Hold on, I know there's a delay. I just want to make sure we're doing the share, the screen share. Is it working?
Not yet, but the phone is always more delayed.
I don't think the screen share is working. Oh, share.
You click on the picture.
Oh, there you go, share. Perfect. All right, so now we should be rolling through. All right, perfect. So now we're rolling through. So he's a very good customer line. So here's the text message he sent me. I have a lawnmower at the top of my driveway. It was given to a guy who does some work for me. He pulled the cord and it snapped. The mower ran for about 3 minutes and then conked out. After it stopped, gas leaked out of the carburetor and pooled onto the frame. Interested? So of course I'm at work and I swung by after work. So keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. So now, on top of it being this way, he needs it back by a certain date. I don't like when customers set the certain date, but if it happens, it happens. That also means that's an emergency service, and that's also an increase in price at my discretion. So here he is saying he would like it back by Friday. You never know what a machine works. It is an older machine, so do I have parts on them? I really don't. I try and shy away from the older machines. I don't fix and flip the older machines, you know, within reason. Lawnmowers isn't one of them, unless it is a, you know, legend. So here it is, Micks Mowers' favorite. It is a Tecumseh-powered Toro recycler. And as you guys could see here on the right, okay, the pull cord is hanging. Okay, if you look up on the handlebars, he has some strap tying the bail brake cable. I hate when people do that. That is an excellent way to stretch your cable. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's job security. Whenever I come across on a lawnmower, I tell people, you know, do not do that. So as you guys can see, the cables are also, he has them wrapped around in a rowdy way. So that probably means that they've been stretched already. Instead of adjusting them, which is fine, you know, maybe he doesn't know any better, then, you know, to have them done the right way. Now, remember his story. Now, this is the lawnmower. I open up the carburetor. Okay, mouse. Yep. Here we are. The machine will never lie. Look at my hand covered in anti-seize. We're just talking about that. Once you get anti-seize on you, it goes everywhere. It is what it is. You can only contain it. You can't get rid of it. It's like bamboo. So the machine will never lie. Does that look like that will run for 3 minutes? And then here's the opening up the business end. Look at that rust on that float bowl. And then look at that carburetor here on the bottom. And I also have another shot of that. Look, do you really think this lawnmower was capable of running or even starting for 3 minutes? Absolutely not. So I hate when they do that. So check this out. So I sent him the same pictures that I showed you. And this is what I said. I have no problem being very blunt with customers because I always want the truth. I don't understand why customers have to lie, right? No matter what, the machine will always tell the truth. It will set you free. While you lying doesn't do anybody any good. And it doesn't change the price or I don't know. I just don't understand. So here it is. I'm surprised it even ran at all. The jet is completely clogged. The float bowl is rusted in place. Inside the carb is rusted as well. This mower has been sitting for quite some time. Hello? So then here I am. I give him a price, and we'll go on. So then this is him. This is his response to being confronted, which I think is fantastic. And if you guys know him, if you guys are to meet him personally, this is his personality, and you have to laugh. You're a savant. The guy who is given the mower will be at my house by Saturday. I would love to surprise him with a functioning machine. Thanks for all your help. Will you change the cable that snapped? So even though he lied, right, he's doing a wonderful thing. He's trying to fix this guy's lawnmower, on his dime. So, I mean, that's a great guy in my opinion, good guy in my book. So the cable that snapped, there was no cable that snapped. He was referring to that wrap that held the bale cable down. But his self-propelled cable was a little tight. So I ended up just working that out, and I freed it up. And here we go. Good evening. I didn't see the cable snap, but the drive cable was a little stiff. So with that being said, I'm not sure if he was trying to test me. Remember, this guy had a little bit of know-how or felt a little bit confident to try and fix his old lawnmower that came on the channel. So is this a test, or was he just playing, stupid? He just didn't know. But anyway, he did a good deed, and I overcame my anger. So I decided to do a good deed for him as well. And at that point, I decided that I was going to change the oil and, recondition, which is sharpen the blade, take all the rust down, and throw a coat of 99-cent can paint on there, right? At no additional charge. So literally $1.77 in oil, and the can of paint was free because I worked that into something else. And when I dropped it off, after I power washed it and cleaned it, he compensated me very, very well for it. Okay, so it paid off in the end. As much as you want to complain about it, but still, just what you get with dealing with the general, public. And then where is the other guy? We had another guy. His mower was featured on the channel. With the cable that snapped, right? The Toro that snapped. All right, here's another one. So hello, man. Hope all is well with you and the family. Here's okay. My mother passed away on July 7th. What does that have to do with your lawnmower? I have no idea. The mower is great. The last 2 weeks, it was fine until it pops off, which he was referring to that cable, the self-propelled cable. I'm willing to bring it over, but I need it by next week. Another guy who's on a deadline. Bring it ASAP so I can order the part if necessary. And then here we are. So then we go from that conversation to, I couldn't even. And then he wanted me to check the lawnmower height. Not a big deal. Oh, that's right. I couldn't put this in here. So anyway, I used the cable from the backyard off a scrap machine. I had it fixed that day. Do you want to know what his response was? We'll do this. We won't remove this. His response was, thank you. I'm in Massachusetts. So why would you put something on a deadline and then go away? It's like, oh my God. Next week, I'll do my generators. I'll do generators here. You want to talk about deadlines. You want to talk about pressure. You want to talk about an individual or a group of people watching you work every move you make.
My favorite generator customer is the one who has power, who is in an area that's not losing it anytime soon, who tells you they need it now. And then when a part has to be ordered, they're like, oh yeah, no, we're good. We don't need it back anytime soon. But when they dropped it off, it's like, no, I need it now. It's like, that's not what you said when you had it picked up.
So we had I had a couple of frustrated customers. Like I said, with the hurricane, I stopped working on anything but chainsaws and generators. Anything else, unless you gave me a phenomenal reason, which there isn't any that I could think of, I wasn't working on it. Sorry, I'll add you to a list or go someplace else. I'm okay with that. I was trying to prioritize those repairs. When people call me for generators, my other question was, do you have power or do you not have power? If you did not have power, you were put on a work order list. If you had power, you were put on the wait list. And there were a couple of people that were not happy. And it is what it is. And the beauty of, I guess, doing what we do, we have a choice to do or not to do. And I felt us, considering a certain situation, that is the right thing to do. There are people without power for days. Nobody knows how long they're going to be without power. So for someone who has power, you can sit back and wait. I'm not trying to say I don't care about you. You are not a priority.
He knows my rule. It's like if you're a senior citizen, you have no power. You come first.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Senior citizen or not.
But still, they have no way of some of them don't have a way of going out or getting to someone else, especially during a pandemic.
Yeah, especially,
you need power back.
Yes.
Like,
during
you
the
need
pandemic
something.
now, they're back to limiting
Yeah.
purchasing goods at stores. You can only get 2 packages of meat, 2 packages of vegetables. Someone
who already is on a fixed budget can't afford to be losing the refrigerator full of food.
Fixed budget or not, it is what it is. So some of those people don't like being told no. So that was an interesting conversation. Some people respected it, some people didn't.
And don't tell him that you don't have power and then he shows up to pick up the machine and your house is lit up like it's Christmas Day.
Thank God. We didn't have that situation.
Yeah.
We didn't have that situation. So, I've had a situation where I went and to work on a guy's generator and they had 2 lawn chairs parked right next to it, waiting for me. And the 2 guys sat there drinking beer, smoking a cigar, watch me work on this generator the whole time.
Giving the blow-by-blow commentary.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. So that'll be next week. I was thinking about doing like a vlog and putting all together in one video. I'm not sure what I want to do, if I just want to do a vlog with commentary or if I just want to just throw it on a live with you guys. I'm still 50-50 because I did shoot some footage as I'm going from, house to house. I tried vlogging, repairing generators on the spot, but because everybody had to babysit and watch me, I felt like I had to ask
Fishbowl.
them. Yes. Hey, listen, do you mind if I video this? You guys are going to, no. So I can't. So they said no. All right. But if you guys would just get away, then,
Because everybody thinks they're going to learn how to do something. Meanwhile, they know they're not going to pick up anything to do with themselves for the next time. They're just going to call again the next time.
Yes. So Scott Keller said propane.
And that's awesome, Casey, by the way. Casey's going to be working on one today. We've had some heavy ones. Yesterday, the 2 of us were lifting one up into the truck.
Because not every generator could be saved.
Whip out the gun show, Casey.
So there's a generator that I'm going to post at some point, whether it be through the live or through the vlog. I could have had, this guy had power. So he wasn't a priority. But when I finally was able to squeeze him in and get him in, his key words was that he wanted this generator factory spec the way it should be. Beautiful generator. Electric start. I think it was 6,500 watts or whatever. He had a metal fuel shuttle valve that goes right into the tank. I cannot tell you how much effort I put into trying to save that $6 part because I just wanted to get him out. This thing was clogged. I tried using my ultrasonic cleaner, nothing. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to drill out that metal bypass valve. So now it's just a pass through. And then I wanted to put what you'd see on a snowblower or another piece of equipment, that plastic fuel shuttle valve, and put that in line. Nope, don't want it. Nope, that's not factory. That's what I want. So I had to wait 3 or 4 days for the part to come in, and put it on the generator and get it out of its way. So I was glad for it to, come out. Propane is best for generators. Absolutely. If you can get propane, you don't run into those issues. I'm not gonna lie, I have worked on a propane weed whacker. It's coming up in the channel. It gave me some trouble. I don't want to ruin it, but propane generators, yes. I have 2 generators that I'm holding off on taking in. Hopefully they can wait with me and I can get our camera, and I want to vlog it. One guy definitely wants to convert to propane. We talked about a price and he's okay with it. He is what's holding him up, which I think is fantastic for the channel as well, is that he might convert it to tri-fuel instead of dual fuel. So dual fuel would be propane and gas. Tri-fuel would be propane, gas, and propane, natural gas, and regular gas. So he is tossing around that idea. I'm hoping he goes for the tri-fuel because then that'd be a great experience for the channel, because I have another guy who doesn't even want to do tri-fuel. He just wants to do propane, but he wants to get a price first. So I have never done that before. I have spoken to higher counsel about it, and they said that when you convert a gas-powered generator to a dual fuel or even a tri-fuel generator, that you still need gas to get it started, and then you switch it over to propane. But then in my opinion, and he agreed with me, that it defeats the purpose of having a propane-powered generator. With gas still being introduced into the system, you still run the risk of having those issues with the gas in general. And he said that's why he sold his gas-powered generator, and he ended up buying a tri-fuel generator, and he doesn't use gas at all. There's a purge valve, the whole nine. So what I was thinking that, if I end up converting one of these generators to, a different fuel system, eliminating gas altogether, and I'm thinking, hey, listen, get this generator started with go-go juicer starter fluid, get it running with that, and then let propane, take it over. And, I have to do some more research on it. I'm going to have to run that by these customers. I know the one guy, he's definitely sold. I'm excited for that too, because then he's also talking about electric start, which I like. That'll be something great. Like I said, I really enjoyed Polar Bear Ed's video with the generator. So I'm excited that we could do something different with the generator, bring something different in, and actually convert a non-electric start lawnmower generator, a non-electric start engine to an electric start engine. It's a little bit on the pricey side because some of you guys know what's involved in getting electric start. Some of you guys don't know what's involved in electric start, but it'll be good. We're going to do a little bit of fab work. We got to get a battery holder in there. He has plenty of space in that generator. I already kind of have it mapped in my mind. What I don't understand with generator, he goes, my electric forte is not the greatest. Okay.
Not after you fix the air conditioner. In my book, you're like Bob Vila now from This Old House. So
generators use, I call them Power Sport or ATV sealed lead acid batteries. Those are very expensive, anywhere from 80 to 125 and more. I have no idea why. I don't know the method or around that, but some of them are really big. So why would you guys try and stuff that in a generator? They're going to run out of power anyway. Compared to my custom Arians that I went all out on, I added a key start to that. That is started with a lawn tractor battery that you could purchase for $25. Why don't you fit that on a generator? So this, I kind of eyeballed it. Hopefully that this generator, if the guy agrees to it, that we could put that lawn tractor battery on there, and that thing will be good to go. At $25, I'm gonna get a battery from my Arians and put it on there to show him that it works, and then I'm gonna give him the choice and the decision, right? Do you want to keep this battery, and then you have to worry about maintaining it, or hey, listen, a storm is coming, right? Make sure the generator works, and then go out and get a battery so you're covered. because even with this guy who, with the fuel valve, he had the expensive ATV battery. I found, Mrs. Pate's performance, because I don't want to wait on things all day long. And I try not to sell batteries to people because that means I'm entitled to warranty and guarantee them. I don't. I tell them, listen, here's the battery, here's the receipt, have a nice day. She found a battery, she didn't have to, in the middle of a storm for $125. And I told the guy, listen, I have a battery, $125. Do you remember how long the guarantee was on it? Was
the
it
battery I found?
Yeah.
Oh, no. It was $98.
$98.
$98, and it came with 3 years, and then you could extend it after the 3 years.
For the battery.
Yeah.
So I told him, hey, listen, batteries, $98, 3-year guarantee, and I said, listen, my wife went out and got it, an extra $10. That's all you're paying. And he says, no, I found a battery off Amazon for $80. But he says, I want to pay you, I want to pay you $20 for, you and your wife's efforts. Okay, fantastic, great. So, it is what it is. He didn't have the space for a long tractor battery. If he did, I would have been, let's do $25 Walmart battery all day long. So I don't know why generators and other power.
Which honestly, if he wants to find the battery and wait for it and let that be all on him, and we just have to make $20 to look cute. Yeah. No problem.
So he was really nice. So
because the place that I found it was 5 minutes away.
So you can start on propane, don't need gas. Okay, that's great. Like I said, hire counsel. Maybe technology has changed. I don't know. I've never done this before, but I've spoken to a guy who I trust very, very dearly. And, he's beyond mechanically inclined. And at the time, maybe his generator was different. The kit that he needed for his generator, I don't remember what it was. In the kit, they says you have to start it on gas before you switch it to propane. So he ended up switching it to somebody else. So what he says, yep, you can adapt a regular carb to run on propane. Yes, I've seen kits like that. We just got our internet back, but I was trying to do it without internet. The gas generator would start and run on propane with the proper kit. Yes, they have proper kits. And I think Scott Keller said it right. It's cheap. So the generator that the guy is up in arms to do tri-fuel and dual fuel, the price difference is astronomically different. So we're talking about at cost, parts, what we're charging them is different. But a propane to convert his Honda 290 or 270 generator, the car by itself and the kit is less than $20 to do propane. If you want to do tri-fuel, it's almost $200. A very, very big price difference. So he has to make that decision. In our area, our house, we have natural gas in our house. So if we were to do something like that, maybe natural gas would be our route, who knows? Can I ask, just because we will have people watching this that won't know, to be quite honest with you, what are the benefits to going the tri-fuel route? Like, how do you sell this to someone to spend that $200? Well, so tri-fuel route, they don't make a dual-powered kit where it's natural gas and the generator. From what I understand, from what I've seen, I haven't read, don't hold me to it. From what I've seen, it's dual fuel, propane, gas, or tri-fuel, natural gas. So if you have natural gas at your house, you could, if you have a line or you could run a line, you disconnect your barbecue and hook up to your generator, or just run a T and you have natural power, you have natural gas. You do not have to be at the helm of, if electric goes out and you can't get propane or gas from another store no more. Now that's why we have a diesel. That's why we have a diesel power truck. That's why we have a diesel power generator. During Sandy, you couldn't get gas or propane or anything because the power was out. When power did come back on, there was a shortage. There wasn't a shortage of diesel. So that's how we have a diesel truck and a diesel generator. God forbid, if we ever come across another Sandy ever again, we won't have that issue, anymore. So that's the benefit of natural gas. If you have tri-fuel, that's if you have access to it. Now, I'm just asking, just from a homeowner's perspective, is a tri-fuel run generator homeowners insurance-wise a little bit more risque? No, because remember when we were going to do a line for our barbecue?
Okay.
It had to be a certain feet away.
Same thing for the generator?
Same thing for the, you're just going to run that line same way. If anything, you know, however you choose, if you have a switch box, the whole house, you have to run extension cord.
Got it.
I mean, you're fine.
Got it.
I said, just have to do a little bit more research with you guys. I think it'll definitely take that into account. These are all important questions. That's why we have these lives for our reference and for yours too. So I thank you guys for that. So it'll be interesting. I hope, like I said, I'm holding off. Hopefully our camera comes in. I mean, I did a video on an iPhone. It's great. It's okay. It really helps that she's there with me. So, but I would just feel more comfortable if I have, you know, I can get those good shots, the nice zoom ins, you know. So it's very important. So where are we? Where we are in the chat? Take a torch light. Don't run it into the airbox slowly. It will start on 0 gas. Okay. Like I said, I just have to, you know, figure this all out. And, you know, we're going to go through this together. You know me, I don't edit anything out. You know, I do the good, bad, and the ugly. So, you know, with that being said, you know, we'll call that a wraps because I got to sell a lawnmower.
He's just trying to compete with me because we've been having this little like competition back and forth. It has been. We had this real nice little handheld blower, right? Perfect for like, you know, for what it is. And we've had people straying from the asking price by like $10 to $20. And I said to him, we just had a storm last week. Do not take even $5 less than our asking price. We'll get it. And my hope, you guys know, don't let Ricky Bobby give you less, right? Sure enough, yesterday a guy reaches out right in front of him, calls and goes, "You have blower for sale?" I said, "Yes, we do, Ricky Bobby." He goes, "Who's selling?" I said, "My husband." I said, so he goes, "Make him call me. I do business with him." I said, "Actually, no, you have my number because you do business with me." And he literally, there was definitely some cultural difference. Like he did not want to do business with a woman, but he didn't know it was Mrs. Fatface Performance. And he basically had a business of his own that was probably about 4 minutes past where we normally would meet. So I said to myself, for 4 minutes past where we would normally meet, oh, I'll go to you. No problem. And I said to him, "You have cash on you?" He said, "Of course." Of course he does. He owns a business. So I go there. He comes out and, you know me, mask, 6 feet away, the whole 9 yards. He takes that. He goes, "It works?" I said, "Of course it works." He barely gave it a pull to try it. He turns around and he goes to offer me 20 less. I turn around. I didn't want to like lack my social distance, but I was willing to do it because I was prepared. I go to take it away from him. Now, this is a guy who already doesn't want to do business with a woman. You could tell, but I don't want to give away the business that he was involved in, but it was a very male-driven business where he doesn't deal with women at all. I'll be honest with you. Well, sure enough, he goes to see me go to take this thing away. He goes, "What do you do?" I said, "Not taking less. I came to you. You want this? It runs. You asked if it runs, it does." And he turns around and goes, "What you want for it?" I said, "What is it? What am I asking for it?"
$80.
I turn around. He goes, "Fine. I give you what you ask for it." I said, "You weren't going to pay anything different. Otherwise, I'm taking it back with me." This was the best. I didn't have my Ziploc bag.
Oh my God.
You have seen nothing better.
Do you still have it?
No, I dipped it into my Ziploc bag. I handed him.
Why were you wasting Ziploc bags?
I handed him.
Oh my God.
All I had clean in my trunk to hand over was like the heavy duty plastic black mechanics gloves. I hand him over the latex glove and he goes, "What do I do with this?" I said, "Put the money inside and put it in my trunk." You had to see his face. Oh, it was priceless. I turned around. He puts it in the trunk. He just walked off with his blower, but he looked back at me like, "I can't believe I just did this." I get home. I hand him the black latex glove. He goes, "What is this?" I said, "Full asking price, sweetheart. Ricky Bobby paid up. Mrs.
So-
Pate's Performance always gets full asking price.
So now that money's in quarantine for a week with everything else.
Yes,
I don't
it
know what
is.
competition you're talking about, because if you guys checked out my
I
other
get
post,
full asking price.
excuse me.
It's okay.
I sold
Don't be jealous.
I sold the community voted
Don't be-
Toro mower, right? Full asking price.
You
I got
wanted 300 really for that, let's be honest.
I did, but it's just those rear
It's okay, that's all I
wheels.
needed to hear.
But,
Keep
but,
going.
But I got
No,
two.
it's okay, keep going. That's all I needed to hear. You really wanted 300. That's okay.
But I got
Mrs.
250.
Pate get for it? Probably 300 if I wanted 300 for it.
If I would have painted the wheels black, maybe 300. But I was just mentally I was done with that.
Maddie, these weren't even like the gloves, the dental gloves. These were the really thick, like mechanics, like latex gloves, the black ones that you get at like Advance Auto or AutoZone.
Yeah, like the mechanics
He
ones.
looked over at me like, oh my God. This guy was like 6'6", looking down at me. He had like a real strong, like a median accent. Women negotiating money. This was not his cup of tea. So sticking money in a bag for me, he just looked at me like, this woman's lost her mind.
So anyway, so I sold the Toro lawnmower. I don't know where this competition comes from. We sold the Toro lawnmower, $250. See you later, love you, bye.
I'm proud of you still. Go ahead.
Okay. Then I sold, I think I posted on Instagram, I sold the Still Combi system, Red Max hedge trimmer, and a lawnmower.
Oh, you're cute. So
Oh,
you're
that's
listing
right.
all the things you sold
The
to
day-
make up for the fact I get full asking
The day
price.
the Honda
That's
got towed
cute.
back,
That's cute.
actually our fuel pump came in, it was 2 days later. And it was either fix the Honda or sell. We'll always choose to make money before spending it. So I waited on working on the Honda another day, and I sold those 3 items. Completely unexpected. Right? So what competition are we at? I am
So you're listing the things that you sold to make up that I get full at.
I'm 4-1. I got full asking price on everything.
Okay. I have one.
Except for the hedge trimmer,
Okay, honey.
which is fun.
I'm proud of you. Good job. I give you a sticker on the chart for every sale. One question. Do I or do I not go into a sale and say I'm getting full asking price and walk away getting my full asking price? Yes or no, honey?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need to hear. Gentlemen, it's been a wonderful show. Always a pleasure. Whatever you do this weekend, be safe, be
wonderful.
well.
KCB, hope all is well with your storm cleanup. Continue to stay safe.
Good luck with the generator.
Cases like us, he has a heart of gold. Continue to take care of one another. Thomas Andrews, good luck on your mower project. You and your fiance. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Thank you for the 2 newcomers that came along.
Yes.
We like that. That's the whole purpose of this. We continue to grow. We continue to have a good time. We continue to learn from one another. With that being said, thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful week. All right, guys. Later. Click that button.
10 times.